Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are diving into the world of Power BI Paginated report using Microsoft D365. So let's get started. I have prepared a PowerPoint slide which we will follow in this demo. In the first page, I have just designed a Paginated report using Power BI Desktop. So this is the Power BI Desktop where I have created a paginated. So I have created a simple report, not a paginated report. I publish this report to the Power BI service. Now if I go back to my workspace, this is the initial report which I created, and later I just converted to a paginated report. I have created another workspace where I saved my paginated report. If I want to edit the paginated report, I need a report builder. So the first option I have to select. Once you select the first option, this report builder will be available for you to edit the report. If you have not installed the Power BI report builder, in the first instance, you have to install the same. Once you complete the editing in the report builder, you can click on the publish button where this report will be published to the particular workspace. Now, in this entire demo, I'm going to explain the uh, process where basically I have a Power Automate through which I'm going to call this paginated report. I'm going to pass some parameter from the Power Automate, and the same parameter will be consumed by the report, and the report will be generated as a PDF format. I have certain values passed or created for the parameter which I have just initially created. Let's go to the report builder and see the parameter which I have created. These are the parameters values I have passed or created for this report. Now, as part of the CloudFlow or Power Automate, I have these simple steps which I just followed to consume the paginated report and export to and saved in the OneDrive. I have created two reports here. Let's go to the first report where I'm just passing a single value to the paginated report. I have declared a array variable, and soon after I just passed the parameter which is required for the report. This is the enterprise value. If you see the report, the segment column I'm going to filter based on certain values. So here there is a value called enterprise. So same value I'm passing here. This is report parameter is the same parameter which I defined in the report builder. I'm using an action called export to file for paginated report. You have to enter all the details to connect to the workspace. At the end, I'm passing the variable which I am created for report parameter, and at the end I am saving the same file into a folder called paginated report in my local OneDrive. And if I go back here, I have a paginated report folder where I've already created this report. So this is the sample report which I've just generated some time back. Points to remember here. So when you have a data set, before running the data report, certain settings you have to follow. First thing, you have defined the parameter. The second thing, you have to go here and define the parameter again here, and I'll explain you the parameter value. You can pass one parameter or multiple parameter, but for first one parameter, there is nothing to change here. You have to click on this drop down and select the parameter value. You have to come back to query, and you have to go to the query designer. I have already modified the DAX query to accept the parameters. So here you have to write this line path contains, and you have to define this parameter 1. The parameter 1 is a variable where I'm reading the input parameter called report parameter 1, and I'm filtering the segment column in the table. Once you complete this line or append this line, then you have to go to query parameter and define the same parameter which you define, because this parameter only will be accepted here, and you have to define all these values as per your table. Click OK. Now you have to click OK, but that will take some time, so that I'm clicking on the cancel. Once you update it, click OK, then you go back to the previous step, where you have basically you can validate the query once you modified the query before clicking on the final OK button. Now once you click OK, you have a run option where you can see if you have a single parameter, because the same report I'm using for single and multiple. So if you have single parameter, you can select on this and you can click on this view report, right? It will filter based on the value. Now if I will discuss about the multiple parameter thing, okay, this is I just explained like which action you have to use for paginated report. This is also I explain like how you have to define a query parameter. Okay, now this slide I'll explain in a bit. Okay, now if I select multiple parameters and click on the view report, this report will be generated with multiple pages if you see here. Now the important point for the multiple parameter, as I explained, as I am not explaining the previous slide, so let me explain it again. For multiple parameter, what you have to do, you have to go to parameters, and parameter value, you have to write this expression. You have to join the parameters with a pipe symbol, okay, or symbol. And once you finish this step, let me go back to the flow. Suppose you have a Microsoft Dynamics D365 CRM connection where you have readings a list of values. Suppose the list of values contain like this. I've just taken an example. Now I have defined a array variable, same array variable. Now if you have a list, as you know that you have to go through, apply to each, and read the values from the list, and create the same kind of array variable here. Okay, I'm just appending with the same value. Now once I have done with this, the next steps are exactly the same thing. You have to pass this parameter. So points to remember here, if you have multiple values to pass, which will be, you are reading through a list of values, then you have to follow this exactly the same process, and you have to create this array to pass the values to the paginated report. Once you do this, I have created a separate folder here called paginated report multiple input. If I go back, I have already generated, because it was taking some time, like 4 or 5 minutes, so that I have just generated it for the demo. I have a multiple page report here. Now if I go back to the slide, okay, when you have a trial instance and you have created a my workspace and you are trying to access the report, you may face this kind of issue that 401 for that. Because if you see, these are the instructions which I saw in the internet in the MS site, that you need a premium per user license um, to access the report. For that only, I have created a workspace here. Okay, now if I go to workspace setting and premium, I have selected this premium per user. This is the setting you have to do to test the report. Now, in certain cases, like if you use the summarize columns, if you have a report where you use the DAX summarize columns, maybe if you are generating a multi-page report, Power BI report, sometimes you see that report is not generated with multiple pages. The reason is summarize column. So you have to make sure this summarize column is not used, or you have enough data which will be rendered in multiple pages. This is just for the information. And this is the end of the discussion for today. Thank you very much.